The Serena Show. Dance with Serena and learn the fun way to beauty, grace, and a youthful figure.
Hello, I'm Serena, and I want to welcome you to my intermediate advanced class. I have certainly had some incredible experiences with my dance, and one of them was when my group performed at the Temple of Dendur, which was a gift from Egypt to our country and is housed at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Another wonderful opportunity was to perform at the Temple of Aphaia, which is on the island of Aegina in Greece. It was a magical summer, that summer in Greece, on the island of Aegina. There was a temple called the Temple of Aphaia, and I thought how beautiful it would be to dance on top of that temple. Early one morning, I went there with my husband, and I danced. And as soon as I finished dancing, the police came over and told me not to do that. But I had already done it, I'm happy to say. I am a woman wrapped in chiffon and jewels, thin silks and girdle of gold. I stretch my arms, the embrace encompasses a universe. I can arch my back in pride, contract my spine in humility, sway my head in grief, ripple my arms like a snake, toss my head in defiance, pose regally like the Sphinx, ring my cymbals with authority, bow down in reverence, leap with unbridled joy, bend back in contortion, control a quiver in my hips, tell 1,000 stories with my eyes, skip with childlike glee, the smile of experience on my lips, glide in innocence, endure with age, spin like a dervish, undulate in sensuality, excite, promise, create, change, tease, mock, unveil my passion, untiringly seduce the world as I move my body, for I am the belly dancer. And now, come dance with me. This is a hat that I bought in Istanbul, Turkey, in the bazaar. I bought several of them because I choreographed a dance called Palestina, in which the three girls are doing a 1920s kind of version of Oriental dance, and all three of them wear the hat. But what you are going to see now is a collection of the very best highlights from my many years of teaching. Some of those highlights were filmed in a professional television studio, and some were filmed in my studio. At any rate, they are both approaches to the Serena technique of dancing, and now, join me, and let's dance.
As you can see, we are dancing with veils today. Veil dancing is, to me, the essence of the mystery and the beauty of the Middle East. I love using the veils. I think you're going to enjoy it, too. And if you don't have a veil of your own, don't worry about it. Grab the case off your pillow and just hold it up. You can make believe it's a veil for today. One nice thing about using the veil, we're going to use the shoulders and the upper arms in a great way because you're creating tension by holding this piece of fabric. And that's going to help in this part of the arm especially. If you've been on a diet and you've been losing a little weight, you're going to notice a little bit of loose flesh under here. This is a great way to firm that up. Before we actually learn how to use the veils, we're going to do some warming up. As we do the warm-up, I'm going to show you how to make a turban out of your veil Let's have some taksim music. Taksim is a solo, and it has no rhythm. Each instrument takes its solo or its taksim and creates an entirely different mood. You have your veil like this, put it behind your head, twist it like so, and behind you, and you're ready to stretch. Let's have more taksim. And stretch back. Lift the rib cage. Keep the rib cage very high. And pull in. This is what I call a contraction. Pull everything into the waist. Pelvis is forward, shoulders are forward. So it's stretch way back and contract. Stretch and contract. Let's get a hip stretch in here now. Stretch way out. And stretch to the other side. Stretch and hold. With one leg in front of the other, knees bent a little bit, tummy in. Use your hands. Use your hands beautifully. You know, the first sign of age is in a woman's hands. But if you learn to use your hands beautifully, they'll never grow old. Beautiful hands. Stretch. Wrists and hands, smooth and beautiful. That's it. Okay, let's take our veils now and learn how to use them in a very exotic veil dance. Hold my veil by the edge like this, and let's move the veil around. We can continue with taksim music. Every instrument can just take its little solo as we do this. Around to the back, and stretch back. Use your body as part of this. And hold. Did you get that? I'll explain it a little more clearly if you haven't gotten it. I bring one arm around to the side and back. And then the other arm comes around to the side and forward. Try it again. To the back and forward. Try it in the other direction and use your torso. Really stretch with this now. Back and around and forward. Let's add a faster accent to this. Faster accents make the slow part of the dance much more interesting. So I might start slowly like this, and then that's right. A little faster accent. Try it this way. To the back. And quickly to the front. I think if we had a slow chiftatelli, we'd be able to add a glide to the veil dance. How about a slow chiftatelli? We're going to glide and use the veil at the same time. Here's the glide. Slow chiftatelli. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Use the veil as you walk now. Glide. That's it. Remember your posture. Making a tent around you and opening it. This might be something to show hubby tonight after dinner. Tent and open and stretch and pull in. Around and quickly. Remember to stretch your body in each direction. So join me then.
The hands and the wrists is very important. Look at how I'm holding my hands. The index finger is slightly higher, but the minute I say that, I still want it rounded. In other words, don't do this. Don't do this. It's curved. One heel up, other knee bent a little bit. When you bring your arms up, I want you to pretend now that you're lifting two heavy books. So you're not able to do this. Look. Create tension. Then you can release the tension. Look. It's like you're pulling Turkish taffy or something. You're pulling and then releasing. Remember what I say about big circles. Big circles. Slow, 2, 3, 4, fast, fast, fast. Interesting. Starting point to get that circle. So what you're doing is you're doing this. And it may be a circle, but it's not a full rich circle. You're missing about a quarter of the circle by not pulling in and getting a full rich circle. So let's do that. It's circle, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Circle. Pull in and pull in. Up a little bit more and have the index finger higher than the other fingers. Let me see more angle to your wrists. I don't see angle to anybody's. Your wrists are not angled at all. Look. Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by angle. Not like this, but like this. Look at my wrist. No, that's the opposite way. Look, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. It's a look of up. It's a feeling of up, a feeling of joyfulness. This is a feeling of droopiness. Joy, not droopiness, please. Okay. I'm going to do something that's slightly Indian in a minute to this Chipchitali. What I've done here is a very Indian thing. I've really extended my fingers. I'm not just doing this. There would be no point to it. I'm doing this. I'm going doom, da 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 da, doom, dum, pa. And it's a sudden. Muscle area so that my hands will quiver like this. Now, if you bend your knees slightly, and if you pull up in the kneecaps, and then start a movement going, you're pulling up in the kneecaps as tight as you can now. The knees are not bent anymore. And you start a quiver, this is what happens. It's a vibration. I'm tightening more of my body. Any questions about vibrations? Because we only do, well, we do vibrations when we're also doing shimmies. I mean, we will alternate between this and this and this and this. But there are many other shimmies and vibrations too, such as the pelvic flutter, always to the back. It's back, 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 back. Tighten in through the muscles here and go back faster and faster. So you're going da 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 back. Now look at the difference between that and this. Back. Then there's the stomach flutter. It's what I call a trapped breath. Fortunately, the audience can't hear this, but what I'm doing is, but you have to smile and not look like you're doing that. So and it should make a small quivering motion in through the stomach area. And if you're performing, you really have to do that where the light really shows on your body. Otherwise, people might miss it. Shoulder shimmies seem to be a problem because people can't seem to get their shoulders in a position where the shoulder shimmy looks relaxed. What I'm doing is I'm not going to do the shoulder shimmy actually in this position. I'm going to look relaxed, but it's like I'm muscle man. I'm making a width to my shoulders. I'm not hunching, but I'm not like this. I'm not down. I'm lifting my shoulders up off the muscles here. And it's a small, delicate quiver in which only the shoulders move and a little bit of the chest area. Okay, so we have shoulders, we have hands, we have stomach, we have hips, and we have pelvis. And of course, running step. Actually, there's one where you can just use your heels. I'm just using my heels and it's like a running step. Now what I want you to do, so that you will absolutely astound your audiences, I want you to be able to do some of these flutters or shimmies or vibrations in every body position. Because from those body positions, you're going to be able to do the whole thing with movement. So let's start with the shoulder slant. I want you to go from one side to the other. See what I'm doing? I'm dropping my shoulders. See what I'm doing? But I'm doing a little shimmy. As I drop my shoulders, I want a continuous shimmy. I don't want it to start and stop. And even a vibration. Okay, now we go to the shoulder slide. Here's the shoulder slide. Straight out. Out, good. Good. With a shimmy. Don't lose the slide. Don't lose your slide. Don't lower your shoulders. I see some people are losing it because they're going like this. I'm keeping that shoulder up as I go out. And bringing the ribs to each side. Beautiful with the snake arms. Okay, here's one of my favorites, the side waist contraction. This should be fairly easy to do with the shimmy. Look. The heel is up, one heel is up. So I can go shimmy and shimmy and shimmy. Now, since you can shimmy like this, you can certainly shimmy here and here, up and down, but not your whole body. Relax up here. Relaxing through your shoulders, relaxing through your rib cage. I want to see an up and down hip movement. Let's go to the left. Left heel is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Up. The heel does not go up and down. I'm not doing this with my heel. The heel stays up. After we do the body positions, we're going to do a dance where we use those body positions with the shimmy. This is the easiest one of all, pelvic tilt. That's easy. Shoulder tilt, even though usually your legs should be straight, bend your knees a little bit. So you can do the shoulder tilt and still do a shimmy. Bring your shoulders forward. Let me see the shoulder tilt. So let me see pelvic tilt, shoulder tilt. Pelvic tilt, shoulder tilt. Remember, on the shoulder tilt, I'm not bending, I'm straightening my knees completely. Look. Bend the knees on the pelvic tilt. Almost straighten the knees on the shoulder tilt. Pelvic tilt. Shoulder tilt. Okay. Rib cage forward and shimmy mode. Rib cage is forward. I want to see those ribs. Bring your ribs forward more. Contract, rounded back, rounded back. That's the contraction. Arch. Keep the shimmy going into the contraction, into the arch, into the contraction, into the arch. Okay. One of the most used ones is the hip slide position, believe it or not. So let's do a hip slide. Relax both knees, and let me see that shimmy. Hip slide to each side. I want you to go side, hip slide, center, side. Center, side. Center, side. Center, side. Pass through, but don't stop shimmying all the way through from one side to the other. Try to control your hand. Try not to have this happen. You ever see a dancer do that? She didn't study here. Side to side. And another one of my favorites, but the side to side, shoulders, the hip slide from side to side is one that I use a lot. Hip extension. Lift the hip. Now, if you can do it in that position with the hip way up and the heel up and the feet apart, the foot is apart from the other foot. Well, when you bring the hip in, it's almost like you're standing straight. So the shimmy here should be very easy. And then here, here, and here. Here, keep the heel up. Watch those wrists, watch those hands. I want to see beautiful hands. Let's do the same thing on the other side. The hip is up. Got that? And what I'm doing is shimmying and shimmying as I bring the hip up and down. Up and down. So when you do a drum solo, you have a huge range of things that you can do with your body as you are shimmying. You don't have to just stand there and shimmy. Any questions?
Can you go back with the right? Do you change the shimmy? Is it a different one?
No, I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not using my knees. That's a different shimmy. I'm doing a swivel shimmy. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, we are going to do a long drum solo, but Scott and Lenny are going to do it together. Pardon?
No, nothing. No, you don't have to go that far back. I'm just videoing Serena. She's the only one who's seen.
Everybody's faces are going to be like what do they do? Retouch it? No, I'm kidding.
Do you want the same rhythm over and over, or do you want me to change it somewhere?
You can change it somewhere along the line, because what we're going to do is use all of these body positions in a drum solo so that you will never, never, bless you, you will never, never bore your audience. Okay. And maestro and maestress. with the arch. Side, 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 side. I'm just doing a slower shimmy to accent. Bum, bum. Test drop. Oh, I forgot. Twist. Twist. Turn. Hip extension. Hip extension. Left side now. Left side. Left side. Because you're opposite me. Oh, here's an interesting one. Around and out, out. Around and out. Let me see a continuous shimmy. You can't stop. It's not allowed. Okay. But everybody stop shimmying. I want to hear those coins. Hold. By the way, whenever you end a show and pose, always hold the pose. I have videos of concerts where soloists in my concert pose, and when I want to show you, give me an ending. I have a video of that. How long should you hold the pose? Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5. See what I mean? Never break a pose as soon as you get in it. It's absolutely taboo. Anyway, let's just do a little walking in space and shimmy walking. Let's start with your right foot. And when you put your right foot down, look, shimmy. Shimmy. You can shimmy like this, you can shimmy with your foot going up and down. That's it. Other side. Put your full foot down. Keep the shimmy going. Now, walk. Walk, 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 walk. And back, back. Little step, little step. Good, good. There's one walk that we've been doing for years that for some reason is called the Arabic walk. And it's very tricky, and I'm going to show it to you up here, and then we're going to have to do it across the floor. I want you to lift your right heel. And I want a little up and down movement of your hips without moving your shoulders at all. No shoulders. Now here's the tricky thing about this. I want you to lift your foot in the air and still do this. Look. So when your foot is in transit, going over, it's still doing that up and down. In other words, I'm here, here, here. Let's just try that. Look, I'm starting here, here, and here. I haven't stopped that up and down movement. As I'm in transit with my step, I'm going. So as you're in midair doing the walk, your hips are going up and down like this. So you're going. Try it. Now, what actually I think might make it easier is when we do it in releve. We do it with the heels up. But the hips are going up and down. Watch my hips, look. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Continuously as you're doing the walk. We're going to do it across the floor. I want to just demonstrate it to you first, okay? Something medium fast, please. Take long strides. That's sort of what it looks like. 6. Go and go, 2 at a time. Okay, what we're going to do now is a shimmy with a little hop. I'll show you, it's not hard, but let's work on it with a similar tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we have to do it a little slower at first. What I'm doing is after the walk, I'm going doom, doom. I'm turning just like this on the ball of one foot. So I want you to shimmy there and here. Here's the timing. It's very important for you when you become a great dancer is to also become a great musician. Because a good dancer is also a good musician and has tremendous musicianship in her performance. So let's go. Commercial they can be seen every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. at Cafe Figaro on the corner of Bleecker and McDougal. Yes, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Great place, great atmosphere.
3 dances.
And, pardon?
3 belly dances.
many belly dancers? Oh,
Often from the studio.
often from the studio. And Cafe Figaro. It's right. It's a big restaurant, a very old restaurant, beautiful restaurant on the corner of Bleecker and McDougal. Also, we're having a party on March 9th. Zenaida will be one of the dancers. Takesha, no, the 9th. March 9th. Takesha, myself, and a host of other wonderful, wonderful dancers. Enough commercials. Let's try some other kind of shimmy walk across the floor, or shimmy thing across the floor. Maybe you could just have rhythm. I don't want any, I've been collecting these. I have 3 costumes made from these already. No, I'm kidding. I wonder if it's all right to pick them up head up. Uh-oh. That's okay. All right. Another tempo similar to the one you just played, please. Oh. Slower. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. Keep your heels on the floor for the hip slide. Don't lift your heels. Hip slide, heels on the floor. Hip slide, hip slide, hip slide, hip slide. 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 I think you're going to be dancing at one of our parties. Okay. Same thing again. Okay, you notice where my foot is? I'm not doing this undulation like this. I'm doing it in a position where if a photographer took a picture of me, I would want it on the front page of the Daily News. So, beautiful foot position. That's why we did all those shimmies in all those body positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 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 Very good. Everybody's doing great. I want to see the shimmy though. Big shimmy. Shimmy. Where's the shimmy? You almost have it. Shimmy. Take your time, look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats. Right. I only did one undulation. Okay, while you're standing there, arch, pelvic tilt, contract. That's the contraction. And I want to see those coins quiver. Shoulder tilt, arch. But one heel is up. For glamour's sake, one heel is up. Okay, another walk across the floor. A small step for man, a large step for womankind. How's that? I'm running step, running step. Running step, running step. Look at my elbows. Elbow, elbow. Wow, great. Elbow, elbow. Beautiful. Elbow, elbow. Elbow. Don't do it while you're walking, though. Don't do it while you're walking. Just when you're doing the running step. Walk, walk, walk. For some strange reason, everybody not only did this way, but they did it like this too. I want the audience to be surprised when they see that snake arm movement with the running step. So I just want you to do your step, slide, step without the snake arm. So let's do it again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Thump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thump. Everybody, arms down, arms out. Arms down, arms out, out, arms down, arms out, out. Arms down on the first part to sell, arms down on the walk. Nice. Good. Arms down, arms up. Okay, back to center. There's one exciting step most of you might know, but I want to go over it because I call it the Suherzeki. Your knees are slightly bent, and you remember you bring one hip up. You don't lift the heel at all. You bring the hip up from the knee. You bring the knee out, and you bring the hip down while the hip is out. You don't pull it in. So it's up, out, down, but out and down, not out, down, and in. Up, out, down. Up, out, down. Up, out, down. Okay, let's practice it with a medium tempo, and then I'm going to try a feat of shimmying. I don't know if it works. 8. I went 7 and 8. And I tightened my body to get a sharp stop at that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on 8, freeze. Let's just try that one. And you know when you do that, as I said before, bum, bum. I don't care if you do forward or back, but it's like a sudden grabbing of the muscles to make you stop suddenly. Let's do it again. And
I'll give you, how about 4-beat lead-in? Is that
and
okay?
bless you.
A 4-beat lead-in?
And good. Watch your posture when you do. Okay, the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Work. 7 and 8. Buff, buff, buff. And on the second one, look. Dun, dun, Be a little more forceful, but not too much. So, want to play that one now? That's another dun, dun, dun. Let's do another one. 1, 2, 3. I did a little circle. 1, 2, 3. 7 and 8. Let's do that one. Let's try a different one. Let me see you do that. Good. Another one. End up back. Okay, let's do that one. And let me see it again. Remember your arch back. On the last one, the pelvis is back. Do it again. Try to think of some you have. Well, actually, you could do some hip drop ones. Let's try that. Try a different one. Or, try it again. I ended up out, or in and in. There are countless things you can do to those at 7 and 8. I want you to experiment now, and Lenny and Scott are going to continue playing that particular phrase because it's one of the most popular ones in the drum solo vocabulary, and I want you to do some really interesting solo things. We're going to use hand movements at the beginning of this Habina song because there's a taqsim there, so I want you to be very, very aware of wrists and hand positions and the index finger being slightly higher and all of that. And then we're going to do a variety of travel steps. I will break them down as we do them. So let's have a little music, please. Beautiful foot position and beautiful hand positions as we do taqsim. We're going to be using as a travel step, a step I call kashlama because we used to only use it with traditional Turkish 9/8 rhythms, but we use it now, as many dancers do, with a lot of different travel variations. Here's the basic step itself. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going forward step, back step, forward step, back step. We're going to do this, but we're going to do a lot of different hip things with it. And here now is some music. It starts with some breaks, and then when the rhythm goes, we're going to be using kashlama with variations. Here's the basic step. Now we're going to use basic backup steps too. Now with a shimmy. And back up. Now with a drop. 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 Drop back. And back up. And now we twist. And back. Let's just use shoulder shimmies now. From this, I go into a travel step like this. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little different. Down, out, down, back up. Again. In a little while, I'm going to do this and pull up. Thank you for joining me in my intermediate advanced class. I'll see you soon, and in the meantime, happy dancing.